Welcome to the UGC EPG Pathshala lecture series in computer science. In this series of lectures, we have been looking at the subject database management system. As we have introduced on many topics including data warehousing and data mining, we now would concentrate on how the various databases might be helpful. So, for which we are going to study about decision support systems. So, the learning objectives for this particular session include: we will try understanding on the importance of decision support system, and we will explain the various decision support system which are in practice. We will detail the architecture of decision support system with specific intention of explaining it by management information system, and we will talk more on the model based decision support system. So, as the name implies, decisions are the worthiest part of any application. So, if at all we consider any application, decisions are the worthiest things that we expect, and the decisions need to be very accurate and effective also. If you go back and look at some of the lectures which we have seen on database management system, the very preliminary thing that I have hinted during those lectures are the hierarchy of the data system, which is starting with data, and our intention is to get an effective decision. So, by looking at data, when we apply context to the data, it makes it informative. So, information is got after applying the context to the data, and if it has got semantic information, semantic data information, we try to apply meaning to it, then it becomes a knowledge. And when we closely have an insight on a particular data in elaborate, this gives us a lot of wisdom. And finally, when it actually solves or tries solving a purpose, then it takes us to a very good decision. So, that is the hierarchy, where the hierarchy starts from data, it transfers to information, information to knowledge, knowledge to wisdom, wisdom to decisions. So, by use of relational database management system, we have studied on data, and after having done a course on data warehouse, we have actually concentrated on how to convert data into information, and by doing a data mining, we can convert that into an effective knowledges, and by closely looking at some of these data, we can gain lot of wisdom, and finally our objective is to derive lot of decisions which can be for multiple applications and purposes. So, with this particular diagram, we will try defining what a decision support system mean. A decision support system is nothing but an information system that utilizes analytical modeling. We have already seen how to create analytical models. I have distinguished our transaction processing system from analytical processing systems. Likewise, we need to have lot of analytical representations which are later created into models. So, information system trying to utilize analytical model and helps executives to make strategic decisions. So, the intention or the very sole purpose of getting into this kind of a system is to take strategic decisions. So, these strategic decisions might be of very good use for a specific applications, and as the definition of warehouse says, it should be effective and efficient. Likewise, these strategic decisions are taken for effectiveness purpose. By constructing lot of decision support system tools, we can actually bring in a lot of strategic decisions. So, we construct an analytical model, thereby it can execute and take strategic decisions. So, that is the sole purpose of getting into decision support system. Decision support systems, DSS, are user driven, purely user driven, and rely on knowledge possessed by its user. So, since it has been handled by the top level management like managers, the knowledge possessed by the user uses these tools, advanced tools. So, it is purely user driven. So, before getting close on to what decision support system mean, we will try distinguishing between a programmed and a non-programmed decisions. It is something like we try discriminating between taking up a manual decision and a programmed decisions. By looking at by looking at programmed decisions, the advantage of getting into programming is to concentrate on structured situations with well defined relationships. So, we can correctly make a distinguished structure which can define lot of relationship existing. So, that is this reason why we have switched on to RDBMS, Relational Database Management System also. We tried defining lot of relationships. Not only that, the tables which are represented in database management system are all structured. So, these programmed decisions are further quantifiable and these support management decision making. So, management information system maximally utilizes programmed decisions, and if you computerize all these, then it is actually been easy to take out decisions. So, that is the primary purpose of getting on to programmed decisions, whereas when you compare this with non-programmed decisions are basically not confined with rules and relationships. So, it is a first come first serve job or a decision then and there taken. So, rules and relationships are not being defined as part of non-programmed decisions, and problems is not routine. So, you might get any sort of problems at any point in time and we may not be able to take up actually the correct decisions what we have handled it before or how we have handled it before. Because of that specific reason, we might say that these non-programmed decisions are not easily quantifiable. And if you look at this figure, we can make out the distinction between two different modes. One is on a problem solving mode and the other one is on the decision making mode. If you look at more on the problem solving mode, I will look close on to the implementation and the monitoring. So, these are done basically by programmers, whereas if I am very closely looking at the higher level of the management where managers are actually to take part, then I have a choice, I have a design, I have an intelligence. So, decision making is being handled only at these three stages, which are to take wise decisions by actually forming out a design, having more number of choices, thereby taking an appropriate decisions to how to handle. So, intelligence is basically dependent on design and choice on a decision making system, whereas for a problem solving system to a programmed environment, we might extend it further to an implementation and monitoring situation. So, now we will try to understand more on the various types of decision support system. So, we have as per PARS definition and identification of decision support system, there are 5 types of decision support system that is existing. One is called model driven decision support system. The other one will be data driven decision support system, where it is purely dependent on data, whereas model driven for every application. Say for example, if I am going for a financial data, for a financial application I might create a model. Likewise, for every individual applications there will be a pertaining model which will be associated with all the applications. So, that will be model driven decision support system. If at all I am left only with the data, I can process on these data value, individual data values, that will be typically on a data driven decision support system, which we call it as an online analytical processing system. Not only that, if it happens to be over a network, then it is supposed to be called a communication driven decision support system. And we have document driven decision support system and knowledge driven decision support system, which are governed by rules and other things. So, any decision support system, if you consider, these are the 5 different types of decision support system that exist. We will have a closer look at the individual decision support systems in detail. To begin with, let us initiate or let us study on the model driven decision support system. If you look at this model driven decision support system, this system emphasizes access to and manipulation of various type of models like statistical model, financial model, optimization model and simulation model. So, any type of system that you wish to consider that holds good for a longer period in time, basically by constructing a model, whether it could be a statistical model or a financial model. Now, it is a preliminary purpose of creation of optimization model, and we have to create simulation models too. Model driven decision support system use data and parameters provided by users to assist decision makers in analyzing a situation. Primary purpose behind why we create model is to give the management a clear understanding of analyzing the situation, and they are not necessarily been data intensive. So, say for example, if you consider Decodus, which is an example of an open source model driven system, by use of this system we can clearly create a model, a simulation model which can predict with saying what can happen by use of the data which are presented in this tool. Some of the other examples that we have used day to day life are, say, spreadsheet which has a lot of formulae in it, and a statistical forecasting model which is already existing. By forecasting you may have to insert only the data which can predict and say how will be the weather forecasting for tomorrow, and optimum routing model where it can identify the various paths traversing from one network to the other network and which part would be optimum in terms of cost and time. So, these are certain models that we create in the beginning so that we can identify how much effectiveness can be gained, not only in terms of quality but also in terms of cost and time factor. Here comes some of the very good examples of model base in the decision support system. As I have already mentioned, the various model types are financial, statistical, graphical and project management model, where in our financial model we provide cash flow analysis, internal rate of return and other investment analysis are being projected by use of spreadsheets such as Excel. Whereas for statistical modeling, we might have summary of statistics, trend projections, we can even project hypothesis and more, which uses either a tool called SAS or SPSS for a statistical program to run effectively. At the other case, we might use another graphical model which can assist decision makers in designing, developing and using graphic displays of data and information, like graphics programs such as PowerPoint. And project management toolkits handles and coordinates large projects. Also, it is used to identify critical activities and tasks that could delay or jeopardize an entire project if they are not completed in a timely and cost effective fashion. Some of the project management tool include, say, SPSS is one of the tool. So, project management software such as SPSS, which is also part of the project management and statistical performance project management tool also. So, that is one component of or one type of decision support system. The second type of decision support system is data driven, or it is completely to retrieve data from a decision support system. If you look at data driven decision support system, it is purely data oriented, where it emphasizes access to and manipulation of time series, which is temporal, of internal company data and sometimes external data. So, it looks after the complete time period over which a data revolves around, and by looking at the correct temporal information or the temporal data, the timestamp data of the overall process within the company, or it can even access to the external world, thereby it could produce strategic decisions. So, simple file systems accessed by query and retrieval tools provides elementary level of functionality. So, preliminary query and retrieval tools just do or just carries out the elementary functionalities, whereas when we use tools such as data warehouse or OLAP, it provides additional functionality or a higher level of functionality. For example, if I am trying to use a database for the maintenance of records which have been inserted into a specific database right from January 89 to July 94, that is somewhere like 5 years of data for a specific class or for a specific department, CH 124. So, in that particular case I might have number of records. These number of records need to be analyzed before I take a strategic decision. So, in case if I take a decision, then the overall maintenance process or the complete decision making process requires a lot of task. Likewise, accessing an Interpol database for crimes or for identifying a criminal. So, this is voluminous data, and accessing the border patrol database for all incidents in a specific sector is again a very detailed data, and we have to retrieve the correct set of data from those that is already existing. So, retrieving actually requires decision supports overall monitoring and control, so that these decisions which are taken out of the complete of database is much effective. So, having looked at two different types of decision support system between model and data driven decision support system, now that we will try collecting some examples which are related to both very common to model and data driven decision support system. Say for example, having got so many observations of the weather, what would be the appropriate time in this particular year I might predict there could be a rainfall. So, which can be one of the study or one of the example which we can model it by looking at the previous values or previous observations on the similar type of data. The other example could be collection of lot of data about civilian casualty to predict casualties over the next month. What number of casualties are expected if the same situation prevails, and how much would we expect as the days go by. So, those could be some of the predictions, but by prediction we need to have much of accuracy, but because of this decision support system we will be able to take appropriate decisions because of this prediction accuracy. The third type of decision support system is your communication driven decision support system. As I have told you, communication driven decision support system is purely based on network and communication technologies to facilitate collaboration on decision making. Not only that, it supports more than one person working on a shared task. Say for example, today we have started using Skype, Zoom for our meetings. To schedule lot of meetings, we do not depend on the conventional mode of sharing slides and calling over the phone. Instead, we have established on video conferencing system, or Zoom is other method which very recently got introduced, where we can either have audio conversation or any slide need to be shown, it can be easily shared with other users by creating a meeting ID. Likewise, Skype is another call which can be initiated for having a video conferencing like setup. So, these integrated tools largely makes us understand the situation very clearly, and thereby we can start taking decisions more appropriately within the given time. So, these are some of the helps that we might get from the tools over a communication process for the support of decision support, and these are related to group decision support system. These are not individual decision supports which are taken by a specific person. Instead, these are managed by a group, and a group can come to a common consensus. So, this communication driven decision support system is majorly dependent on group decision support system. And one other thing that we may have to study is on knowledge driven decision support system, where this knowledge driven decision support system is specialized more towards identifying rules and facts. So, the problem solving expertise might have stored the entire volume of data either in form of fact or rules or procedures or in any similar structures, and these any one of these might suggest or recommend actions to the managers. So, knowledge driven process typically involves rules of the kind if then else. Say for example, this is a very common problem, say Mycin understanding on an artificial intelligence, where a rule based reasoning program which help physicians diagnose a blood disease. So, by giving simple rules on understanding the white blood and red blood corpuscles of a human blood, the quantum of or the number of counts, blood count would not give you the clear picture of what kind of disease are all possible, but then at the same time if I tend to write a rule which would say that the decrease in number of or either the decrease in number of count or the increase in number of count between the average counts would result in the following diseases, and looking at those specific threshold values might clearly predict and give a diagnosis to the patient. Having looked at the different types of decision support system, now it is mandatory to study on the different architectural base of decision support system. So, decision support system majorly depend on three different fundamental components of decision support. One is on the database management, the second one is on the model management system, and the third one is on the dialogue generation and management system. So, what we have studied so long is primarily to focus on the database management system, wherein we have created lot of structures. So, structured programming approach is the intention, thorough intention on studying with database management system. Now, we have initiated on the creation of models. Because of models we can gain in some concentration on how it would be. Say for example, if I have created a simulation model, then I can have a rough picture of what kind of system and what would be the result if I tend to work on the similar projects. And third one is to majorly focus on the dialogue generation and management system. So, this has got three tiered within it. This architecture is three tiered basically, which has got data management component at the lowest most tier. By use of this data management component, it tries to store all information, and these information can be further subdivided into derived from organizational traditional data repositories, from external sources, either it could be from internet or a personal insight and experience of individual users. So, before I take up a decision, there would be a database which is constructed with lot of decisions which are built in, which would suggest what has happened given a similar instance, what kind of decisions have been made. So, that is being maintained as a separate database management system. The next in the tier is your model management component, which handles representations of events, facts or situations. So, this handles various kinds of models. Some of the examples of these models involve optimization models or goal seeking models, and these model management component typically looks at the event which has happened over a time period. So, this is again timestamp based and it is situation dependent again. And the topmost layer is the user interface layer, user interface management component, and this of course is a component that allows the user to interact with the system. So, this is the component which connects it to the external world. So, with this system connects it to the manager, say for example. So, any decisions that are to be wisely taken, it is to be fed actually from the user interface, then looked at the model management, and finally it will get inserted into the database management component. So, any previous decisions that have been taken out will flow through in a reverse direction and it will be fetched from the user interface component. To look at the architecture of decision support system, if you look at the flow, I have a decision support database which tries to take in transaction processing system and data from the external world. By taking these two values together, this in turn effectively tries to construct a database which later on is used primarily for taking effective decisions. Now on to this database I am trying to apply a software system model, either it could be on OLAP tools, online analytical processing tools, or data mining tools. By application or by applying these rules to the database, it makes it effective for the user interface to be displayed to the user. To have a closer look at the decision support systems model base, a software component that consists of models that are typically used in computational and analytical routines that mathematically express relationship among variables is the basic component that we are looking out for a model to be created. Decision makers perform quantitative analysis on data, and model management system particularly tries allowing access to different models that exist over time, may it be a financial model or a statistical model or a project management model. If we look at the number of applications that this decision support system might use, clinical decision support system for medical diagnosis, bank loans wherein to verify the credit or a loan document, an engineering firm that has bids on several projects and wants to know if they have competitiveness in their cost, and we can look at effective dashboards, business performance software to allow faster decision making, identification of negative trends and better allocation of business resources. So these could be some of the applications of decision support system. It can even be extended to agriculture production, testing different equipments, and to stock market also. In short, in this particular session we have tried introducing on decision support system, and we have spoke more on why we need a decision support system to gain more of wisdom and to gain a wiser access of knowledge and information. Decisions are effectively being made. So by decision making phase we have largely made an impact on the intelligence, design and choice, but by including implementation and monitoring we have landed up with problem solving phase. Decision approaches basically or preliminarily talks more on optimization, satisfying and heuristic based approach, and we have looked at a part of management information system wherein we have integrated collection of people, procedure, databases and devices that provide managers and decision makers with information to help achieve organizational goals. Thank you.